Members of the United States Congress are requesting SEC Commissioner Chair Gary Gensler to immediately approve the listing of spot Bitcoin ETF.
You're pushing a woke political and social agenda, and I think abusing your role in the authority of the SEC as cover. So, I think fundamentally the SEC Stabilization Act would remove the role of chairman. It would preserve the current commissioners, but it would add a sixth commissioner. So there would be no more than 3 from any one political party. And so that would provide a path that would make the SEC do what you're avoiding. Frankly, you're front-running Congress, you're front-running the courts, you're front-running even the own administration, and no one has held you to account for that. I mean, I wish the Biden administration would say you're fired.
Fire you.
But the list of folks they need to do that for is long. Congress hopefully will with the SEC Stabilization Act.
Didn't want to answer whether Bitcoin was indeed a security, even though the SEC has already voiced that, right? He wanted to basically skirt around it. And actually, when he finally said yes, and he said, so it's a commodity, he said, well, no, it just doesn't pass the Howey test. So he does not want to give up his ability to have the power over these markets. So you have to ask yourself, why? Well, let me tell you why. The same reason these crooked politicians do the things that they do, the same reason that we have the issues that we have with the Fed, the same reason that we have things and problems with the IRS. Guess what? Drum roll, please. Money and power, right? So the power part of this puts Gary Gensler in a position to financially pad the pockets of all of his freaking cronies at the banks. Okay? That's just a fact. He has a lot of friends in the traditional finance space that absolutely, in one of the things I saw, he said, he asks him, or he alludes to, or he talks about how effectively he had said previously, and I forget what video it was in, he had said previously how Bitcoin and crypto, how these banks were worried about the massive amount of money that was coming out of their institutions and going on to crypto exchanges. Now, do you think they're really worried about Joe Mama, Crypto Birdie, Candle Daddy, Green Day Profits, Darren Does Things, Crypto Al, and Patriot Caveman, to name a few? Do you think he gives a crap about your money or if you lose money? No. News flash. No. Does he give a crap how much CryptoKeeper loses because he makes one decision or another on a crypto exchange or platform or whatever? News flash. No. What he cares about is exactly the money coming out of the traditional finance system and going into the crypto space. It is, quote, a threat to these banking giants, and they are squirming and don't know what to do. Yesterday, Chase Bank, I did a short on this. I did a TikTok on this as well. Yesterday, Chase Bank in the UK came out and said, as of October 16th, I think, we will no longer be doing crypto transactions. What? You won't be doing what? I will move all of my, I should have already moved all my business accounts out of Chase. They have been the biggest freaking joke. If it wasn't such an inconvenience to me and my family, I would have already done it. But ultimately, why would they do that? This is the future. This is where we're headed. Why would they do that? Well, the only answer is because they want to oust their competition. That's it. Like, this isn't, there's no like math problem that needs solved here. The only math problem that they're solving is how the hell do we get all this money that we were trying to scam out of people back? Because these banks were not giving you a yield on your money. You sit it in the bank, they loan it out to every freaking buddy else at a very nice interest rate, and then they give you 0.01% or 0.1% or whatever the little crumbs that they give you. And now these crypto assets are coming out and saying, hey, listen, these platforms are coming out and saying, hey, listen, like you need to be able to outperform, inflation, if nothing else, or at least try to. We'll give you 4%. We'll give you 5%. ultimately to sit on our platform. Now, are they using the same thesis and, moving funds and yeah, listen, that's just how capitalism is going to work, right? You use other people's money to make money. That's a fact. Many people have done that. I've done it. You probably should be doing that. I'm not a financial advisor, not giving financial advice. But that being said, Gary Gensler was a blockchain professor at MIT. He understands the space. I guarantee you he knows the value proposition. And as dumb as he sounds by skirting around every question, I hate to say it. I'd love to give him a pass and just say he's a freaking idiot. He's not. He's really smart. And the reality is he's very smart in a way that allows him to slow this train down for all of his banking crony buddies. That's it. That's it. Period. And stop. Take your money out of the traditional finance system, put it over into crypto. The banks start to get scared. They already don't have enough money. You want to get 10, 20, 30, 50 grand out of the bank, and they say, it's going to be a couple weeks. We got to order it. Fugazi, right? And so they are squirming, and they're using the SEC, and the SEC is using Gary Gensler, or Gary Gensler. The companies are pressing on Gary Gensler. These massive institutions, these banking giants are pressing on Gary Gensler 100%. He gets to play like he's, naive and then skirt around questions and answers the same way the White House does when they ask you questions about Joe Biden or the laptop or anything that's like, we're not. They never answer the question. They don't answer the question because all they're trying to do, it's a stall tactic. Think about if you're in an argument with a person and you ask them these direct questions. You're asking a yes or no question. Like, that's it. Yes or no. Right? I don't need the semantics behind it. I don't need your little side story. Yes or no? It's a simple question. Is it a security? Is it not? And he has to give this roundabout answer. No, he's just trying to slow the process down. These ETFs, what they're pushing for in this is for these Bitcoin ETFs to get approved. And I agree with what they're saying. They're saying, hey, listen, Grayscale just set a court precedent saying that your decision to not approve this was arbitrary and capricious. Capricious? I always question if I'm saying that right, but that's the word. And because of that, we already have futures products, but futures products, listen, those help these, financial banking giants that are playing dumb like they're not in the crypto markets when they are, right? The reality is, folks, the 30-something people that are in here are the smart people in the space. You probably beat some of these financial institutions to the punch as it relates to crypto. Kudos to all of you. It's a bear market. Things are freaking boring, and you're hanging out here with Debate Crypto. You know why? Because we try to bring you the alpha, and we try to bring you a perspective that is something other than just here's the article, here's the information. No, I want to try to bring you some thought-provoking ideas. Crusader wants you to think outside the box. That's what we try to press on people. Use your brains. You hear us say every day, question everything, trust nothing. It's not me saying don't trust anything your husband or wife says. Better question all. No, I'm saying use your brain. This does not add up, and there's no reason that this should be continuing to be blocked and slowed down. There's only one reason. They're stalling because of money and power.